Hello, Sagittarius. This is going to be a week ahead tarot reading for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Cross Watchers. It's okay to snoop out and listen and see what's going on with you, the Sagittarius in your life, okay? But please take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others. I'm going to be drawing from the Wisdom of the House of Light Oracle. I'm going to get your current energy for the week ahead for Sagittarius, please. Oh, did you see that almost hit me in the face? Sag, what are you up to? You've got this one too. Boom, you get to have them both. And the Light Seer Tarot is going to offer something from outside influences. This could be other people, events, circumstances in your life. Let's see what it is for Sagittarius for the week ahead. We're going here. Whoa. I do want to let you know that I'm a light of love and light of God. I'm here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys, Sagittarius. And I thank you for allowing me to be of service in this way. Now, your current energy for the week ahead, you do have to, I just want to bring, I always like to look here and see what jumps out at me. And I really feel like what I'm drawn to in this image for Sagittarius is this dark edge that's kind of rolling in, okay? And that feels like pessimism to me. Like, oh no, the worst is gonna happen and I feel it imposing upon me. I feel it pushing on me and stifling me, right, Sag? So I just want to remind you, I got a ringing in my ear right now. Have you got some ringings in your ear, Sagittarius? I just want to remind you that, when we aggrandize chaos, that becomes what we see and focus on, and it's what grows and expands in our lives, and we're actually calling it into us through the law of attraction. All right, you don't want to manifest some nonsense, so let's allow our headspace to kind of push away the fears, the doubts, the worst case scenarios. Okay, so I'm a person who understands being a human being, okay? Sometimes we need to know what we would do if the worst case scenario happened, okay? So I fully advise, hey man, sit down on purpose. Think about it on purpose. What is the worst thing that could possibly happen in this scenario, and how would I respond? How would I respond? We usually find that there's a leg to stand on and a plan to follow through with, and somehow, some way, we just keep breathing and life would be okay, right? Now, once we've made peace with, even if the scary worst thing ever happen, I would still keep breathing and I would keep moving, and there would be something that I could do to keep going, right? Then you just put it away because you don't want to call that worst thing into yourself. But you feel better about being prepared, having a plan, and knowing how to maneuver. Okay, so Sagittarius, I just want to say that, don't allow those dark clouds to roll in and press in on you. Okay, when you romance those and just give them their time and let them, move you around, then that's giving them your power, right? And you don't want to do that this week, definitely. So, Sag, you have two cards that fell. They didn't fall. Which one almost hit me? This one. Ooh. This one almost hit me upside the head, Sagittarius. This was you, okay? This was your card. The card is number 50. 5 and 0. Okay, 5 is the number of change. 0 is the number of all possibilities. Okay, and the card is the moon. Now, the moon usually speaks about the past. The moon illuminates what was previously unknown or hidden. Okay, and it almost hit me upside the head. And I feel like that black cloud rolling in could be something from the past that is kind of niggling at you or rearing its head in your life or whatever else this is, because check her out. Also, number 5, kaboom. Wow, the number of change. All right, you've changed. That past does not define you. That past doesn't have a hold or a sway over you any longer, Sagittarius, okay? You get to be new in any moment, and you get to make amends or make peace with, or whatever this could be, okay? I can feel how maybe other people want to bring it up and throw it in your face, or maybe it's you thinking about it, or maybe something has happened, you got a ticket in the mail or some kind of thing, okay? I'm going to say here, you have changed. Wow, you hear that? Did you hear that beeping? That happened on your reading for a reason, so you would listen. So you would wake up and be alert and listen to the ringing bells, right? The warning bells in your life. So this is also number 5 here. This is 505. The High Priestess of Fire. And the High Priestess of Fire is a master of action. She's looking back at the past, over her shoulder, burn it down. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck anymore, right? I'm not that person, and I will never be that person again. Okay? I'm stronger, I'm braver, I'm smarter, I'm wiser, and I make better decisions now than I did in the past. Okay? That's what I really feel here for Sagittarius. So remember that and start doing that. Okay? Make better decisions. Now, other energies from outside of you, you got major arcana number 11, Justice. So this could indicate, you know, legal proceedings. Like I said, could have got a ticket in the mail. This could have to do with going to court, child support, alimony, this kind of thing. It could also have to do with just, you know what, the past was unfair. Or, you know, right now, maybe I need for things to be fair and across the board. Maybe I need to seek some kind of guidance or assistance from a legal agency or intervention, etc. Justice could be law enforcement. It could be domestic violence assistance. Okay, it could be help with documents, paperwork, these kinds of things, selling a home, buying a home, moving. Maybe you want to, you know, toughen up your resume, all right? Get yourself a better job, this kind of thing. I really feel justice is you really stepping up your game, okay, in some respects, because you are new now and you get to make healthy decisions based on where you want to go from where you're at. Okay, now look, let's just be honest here. The card that you have as far as guidance is appearances. Now, most of my cards go this way. This one goes this way because you have to. It wants you to see it, okay? Appearances look a certain way, exactly how I want you to perceive, but there may not be that quality of depth underneath. So Spirit is calling you, Sagittarius, to remember the depth of life. Okay, and to recognize that you don't need the flashy cars and the big fancy house if that's not something that you can afford right now. Okay, and that doesn't bring you true lasting happiness either. Money, it comes and goes, all right? Everything ages and fades and withers away. Our electronics and our appliances only have so much of a life or a shelf life, right? It's very important to recognize and not get ourselves indebted into things that are not giving back to us in a long and lasting way, especially if we've had problems with that in the past. So I just want to remind Sagittarius here for the week ahead to make wise decisions, okay, and to remember what is truly lasting in your life. Circumstances always change, and I also want to remind you that it doesn't matter what people think, okay? What matters is what you think and how you feel about things, all right? That's what's important and what's to hold on here. So let me get you one more playing card, Sagittarius. I shall give you both of these in my hand. Now, this is the Four of Hearts and this is the Nine of Hearts, and these couldn't be more wildly different. Okay, the Four of Hearts is about I'm disappointed with what I have. Okay, maybe I've been working towards something. Maybe I put a lot of time into whatever I had in the past and now it's gone, right? But I wasn't quite happy with it. It wasn't right for me, or I wasn't right for it, or whatever the case. Okay, so the Four of Hearts is beckoning you, Sagittarius, to be wise to what's no longer in alignment and to let it go. Okay, if you're not happy with something, you can be happy with something like that in your life, but you've got to step away from this. You've got to be strong and bold and decide to choose this Nine of Cups energy, which is emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. This is you feeling fulfilled with what you're up to, who you are, how you're living, and that's because you're saying no to less than what you deserve. You're not settling. All right, and it's okay not to settle, even if like that means that other people think that less of you somehow. Okay, I feel that here. So it's okay, Sagittarius. It's okay to lower whatever. Okay, I kind of feel how maybe I need to pay off some debt. Just take this as it resonates. Maybe I need to pay off some debt, and that means I've got to cut some corners and not really spend extra. And that dissatisfies me. But in the long run, it's good for my finances, my habits, right? This kind of thing. I feel something like a sacrifice that might be a little bit hard to swallow now, but you know that it's really good for you in the long run. And you have the opportunity to do that with the Justice card here. If you just don't care what people think about it or how it's gonna look, whatever, right? But it's gonna be really good for you. So that's what I have for Sagittarius. You get to be who you want to be. You don't have to let your past define you. The next sign to be read is going to be Scorpio, and I will see you on that one.